Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. And if it's Wednesday, we know what that means. That means it is Wednesday Wipeout. Yes, Wednesday Wipeout. The much anticipated segment every week, so to speak. I get excited for it because I have been having so much fun doing this. So, for those of you who are new here, if you do not know what Wednesday Wipeout is, or Wipeout Wednesday, depending on whose video you watch, depends on which thing they call it. Um, it encompasses this book right here, A Year of Dishcloths by Maggie Weldon from Annie's Crochet. You can also get it on Amazon most of the time. Every now and again, it's out of stock, but it doesn't take very long and it's back in stock. Um, there have been some people got it from the used bookstores online. Some people can find it in their local library. Ours does not have hardly any crochet materials at all. So, of course, typically when I see a publication that I think I want to use, I buy them. And so this one is in my library. But this is being hosted by the lovely Laura over at Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming. And how this came about was our yarny friend Sam over at Memphis Makes had just finished a 2-year long segment called Tile of the Week Thursday. And Laura showed the book. I do believe it was in a video. I don't think it was alive. And said, "Hey, Sam, how about another year long make along, but doing dishcloths?" And Sam said, "No, no, no, no." Um, and then there was some conversations. Laura was double dog dared and then triple dog dared. And like a lot of us, she cannot back down from a double dog dare or a triple dog dare. So A Year of Dishcloths was born. A bunch of us have jumped on the dishcloth train, and we have been going along for the ride since last September. I do believe it was September 11th was our first dishcloth, if I remember correctly. But the book is in the seasons, sectioned out in the seasons. We started last fall in the winter season because Laura thought it would be a great idea to be able to move through the winter section. And that way, when the holidays got here, then we would have those done and ready for gift giving if that's what we were choosing to do. And then from winter, we would move on to spring, then summer, yada, yada. Every week, well, each section, Laura takes and writes down the names of each dishcloth for that season, puts them in a little magic container, and every week on Wednesday, she drops her video to draw the next dishcloth we are going to be working on for that week. Last week was drawn, which we knew which one it was going to be because it was the final one for the summer season. We have finished winter. My words are not working properly today, guys, so excuse me if I'm jumbling words. We finished winter, and then we went into the spring. We finished the spring season, and we started on summer. And as of the drawing for last week, was the final dishcloth in the summer section. And as of today, when you're seeing this in your world, Laura will be starting to draw from the fall section. So let's do a rundown real quick since today's reveal is the last one for summer. Let's do a rundown of all of them that we did for the summer section and what order we did them in. And Then we'll show you the last and final one for the summer section. Um, and then we'll be getting ready today to start fall. And I'm sad because the fall section only has 9 dishcloths in it. So that means we only have, uh, we will be finishing it in September. Yeah, because we started last September. So, but I know she's got something in the works behind the scenes for what comes next. So, all right. So, and I'll show you the one in the book. Uh, so the first week we worked in the summer, we worked on um, the tropical breeze right there. And this was my tropical breeze. And I like it. Very, very, very bright and cheerful. And then, and I'm going to put them over here. The next one was the Funfetti, which is the page before it, right there. And this one, if I remember correctly, most of the people hated it, the way it was working up. No, this one wasn't it. No, it wasn't. So I did it, but I did it in alternating the pink and white so I could see the fans. This one was not the one that everybody hated. We'll get to that one. So that was the second one we did for the summer section. And then she drew the summer rose, which was this one right here. And this is the one that I did. I kind of like mine better. It was a little small, so I added an extra border of, I think it was single crochet and then half double. So that was mine. That was the third one. And then for the fourth one, which would have been dishcloth number 34, she pulled the popcorn bucket, which a lot of people were like, yeah, this one was mine. And it is a little on the big side. That's why I'm not holding up the book. So that was the popcorn. That was number 4. And then we did the next one was Sunny Day. And there was mine right there. And then looking at the page numbers. The next one she drew was the sunflower in a circle. And I did mine in a little bit more cheerful colors. Right there. And I actually like this one. I was a pretty big fan, and I think I will be making some more of these. I think most of the floral ones in this book I liked for the majority of them, I think. And then 33, 34 was the retro ripple right there. And this thing turned out huge. And I used a rainbow color and trimmed it out in purple. And if I would, I think I left out like 2 rows because if I would have kept as big as this thing is, you could use it as like a hand towel almost, tea towel, something, especially if I would have kept on going. It was pretty huge. And then we had summer shells. This is the one that most people did not like. right here. It did not look right. I think I ripped it out like 3 or 4 times. Binks has a couple of the pieces that I just cut off. I wasn't even frogging it and trying to save the cotton from the color changes. So I just did my own thing in C2C. And a lot of people did their own thing. A lot of people went rogue. So this was mine of summer shells. Mine was summer C2C. So there was that one. And then 35 and 36 was the next one, and that was the flag. And there was quite a few people went rogue on this one too. But there was my flag. And what did we do next? The next one she pulled was the orange slice. Oops. Right there. And there was mine. This was the part I think a lot of people didn't like because they're not anchored. And I don't like that because they could get stretched out when you're using it. And then 37, 38 was just the sunflower instead of the sunflower in a circle, which is this one right here. And I stayed true to form because it was a sunflower. It happens to be my favorite flower, actually, besides morning glories. And there's one more. And they're more the blues and purple family. I can't remember the name of it. It'll come to me when I'm not trying to think about it. But I stayed true to form. And this one really surprised me because in the picture, you can't see that it has all these little bumpies. It has its own little, like, built-in scrubby because it looks flat in the picture, which I love. You can see it. Pretty cool. But I like it. I would make this one again. Like I said, most of the floral ones, big fan of. I know some people weren't, but I'm a flower kind of girl. And then we did I think most everybody really was not a fan of this one, and it was the bayberry. Um, I think that one's upside down. Who knows? Um, I know a lot of people went rogue. Some people didn't even finish. Some people left the bayberries out and just did. And to me, I didn't like it because it's too holy. It reminds me more of lattice, and to me, that kind of defeats the purpose for a wash or a dishcloth is to have all these holes. So yeah, but that was my bayberry. And then the final one for um the summer season was dun, 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 that was pulled last week was golden fans. And that was the last one for our summer section. And I used, and I have none of it left that I could find. So there's the golden fans. Give you a close up so you can see there. It is a lot of fans. I used peaches and cream stripey in the colorway spring blue stripes. And there was only like a teeny tiny bit left over. And I used it in something else to get rid of it. And this one was mine right here. I think it looks pretty. I'm a big fan of aquas and purples, you guys know. And I thought it would look pretty. Even though the rows are kind of uniform-ish, but then some of the areas did switch color, but I like it. I like the color. It's soft. And it's, the kind of dishcloth that you want to use. because it's not full of holes. I really liked it. I would make this one again. Um, I would actually do this one in several different colors, even solids, to match my kitchen. I like the thickness of it. I like that it's, like I said, not full of holes and everything. And I just trimmed it out in the same yarn. And the majority of it stayed aqua, except for this very little bit right here. And it's in like a pale kind of, very kind of ice blue. But there's that. That is my golden fans, not so golden. And here is all of the spring ones. The third season complete. All of them right here. Yep. Look at all that color. So pretty. Um, I still have to say that is one of my favorites right there. I will definitely be making that one again. Um, that one as well. I think it would be pretty in other floral colors. Um, and of course, the sunflower. I think that would even be pretty in some other colors. But yeah, that is our spring, our summer section all complete. Rundown from number 1 all the way to number 13. One more season down, done and dusted, and in the books. And now we will be starting on fall. I'm going to sit these down over here. And our fall, like I said, only has 9. So I can't wait for Laura's video to come out today and see which one she's going to draw to get our fall season kicked off. This is one of them right there. It's called a ruffled square. And then you have, of course, because it's fall, we have a candy corn. And then we have a turkey. And let's see. And of course, you can't have fall without a pumpkin. I might do him a little different. And of course, because every parent looks forward to this, kids going back to school. So you have a school bus. Um, I'm wondering how many people are going to be a fan of that, as well as that turkey. I got a feeling there's going to be some haters. And then, of course, fall, is perfect for apple picking. I think that one's super cute. And then, of course, fall also, we have breast cancer awareness, which you could even do this in any color of your choice with the color of ribbon of your choice. For like me, if I wanted to do it for MS awareness, I would do it in oranges because the MS awareness ribbon is orange. And I have made lots of things with the MS awareness ribbon in orange. So yeah, if know someone who is a survivor, a warrior of something, you can do this in whatever color their ribbon is and the contrasting color or lighter colors, and doesn't necessarily have to be the pink breast cancer. But I do have a friend that just recently went through breast cancer. So I may make her one of these and gift it to her for her birthday that will be coming up this fall. And then I don't know about this one either, guys. That one looks a little messy. Um, yeah, very messy. I don't know. Maybe with some pastels or alternating shades, like a lighter and darker, like purple or pinks or oranges or whatever, but that just not so sure. And then we have, and I don't know why this one wasn't in the spring one because of Valentine's Day. I find this weird. So, what this fancy heart has to do with fall, um, I don't know. And I think that is, yep, that's the last one in fall. So, those are the ones that Laura will be picking from for our fall season roundup. And I claimed, yes, I claimed I've got more out there, but they're projects in works. So I'm not totally claiming the labels yet because the project is not completed and I know there will be more labels, but this one is done. So I'm going to keep it on my desk for my end of month. So yeah, that is a year of dishcloths, the the summer section in a wrap. Which one was your favorite? Which one was your least favorite? I think you all know which one was my least favorite, and then which one was my favorite. Yeah, multiples. Um, if it's got flowers, what can I say? I love flowers. But anyhow, guys, I guess I'm gonna call summer a wrap, and I will be sitting and anticipating and waiting for Laura's video to drop if it hasn't already and see which one in the fall we're going to be starting now. Um, so yeah, I hope you guys have a great Wednesday. And I'm feeling good about being back. I'm trying to get some videos recorded, as you can tell, because this is the shirt I had on Monday, and today's Wednesday. Obviously, I'm recording on the same day. Trying to get some stuff done and get it out of the way so I can work on some stuff so that I can get some more stuff recorded. So, yeah. So, with that, I'm going to let you guys go, and I shall leave you with these words. Life is not perfect, so be kind. Try and create something new every day and keep reaching for the stars and your yarn. So, till next time, guys, love you bunches. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.